I'm at the zoo, a place full of animals, and I just recently watched a film that was full of animals. Well, at least one. I realized how much of a stretch this is. This is a vlog. Hello friends, let's talk about Guardians of the Galaxy. And I wanted to offer my thoughts because I am fascinated by this whole Marvel Cinematic Universe. So here's the thing, this is directed by James Gunn, who has this history of trauma films, which is just a nice way of saying that he did really low budget stuff. And this is a pretty crazy film. We have 5 new characters that we're being introduced to, most of them aliens, one a raccoon, and the other one a huge giant tree. And the crazy thing about it is that you really start to empathize with those characters, yes, even the talking tree. What Guardians of the Galaxy does really well is it gives you this sense of wonder and the sense of fun is injected into the film. So often, one of my biggest criticisms about movies nowadays, because I'm an old crotchety man, is that there doesn't seem to be that sense of fun anymore. Everything is so dour and everything is so gray toned and everything is so like serious. And this was like, there is serious stuff going on, but let's have fun while we're doing it. With this sense of humor, it's able to make fun of itself, it's able to make fun of its characters, it's just able to have that sense of wonderment. And this is what I feel like the Transformers movie should have been, but absolutely aren't. It's also what the Star Wars prequel should have been like, but we won't talk about that. One of the things I loved the most about the film, and what I was not really expecting at all going into it, was the amount of empathy and the amount of heart, I guess, that was injected into this. Peter Quill is who we first meet as a very young boy, and we see him through his eyes watching his mother die of cancer. Presumably, I'm guessing it's cancer. He's listening to a cassette tape, because this is him back in the 80s, and she gives him a gift which becomes more relevant later on in the film. But those small little gestures play huge character dividends by the end of the movie, and I really like those small touches. Now, as far as the things that I didn't really like, this is a jam-packed film. This is no Avengers. We have 5 superheroes that we're being introduced to. We have 2 super villains that we're being introduced to, and seeds that are going to be into other Marvel films later on down the road. So there's a lot of stuff going on, and there are times where like, I don't really know what's going on, but I was having too much fun to really care that much. I could also nitpick certain science fiction tropes that they throw into the film, but again, not enough for me to really like hate on the film too much. I should also point out that I really like the score and I really like the design of the film. One of my biggest criticisms of the first Thor movie was they had this huge world apparently, and only 2 guards in this huge hallway. It never felt like a lived-in place. Whereas this, all the different places that they're going to, all the different worlds, all the different races that we're being introduced to, feel like a really lived-in place. It wouldn't be a Marvel movie without there being a super secret after-credit sequence, and this one seems to be really splitting fans. I would say that the majority of people think it's super-duper lame. I kind of loved it, and again, big spoiler warning, if you don't want to know what's after the credits, do not watch past this. But it's kind of just a one-off little joke. The collector's place has been destroyed, and there he is, Howard the Duck. Now, if you don't know who Howard the Duck is, you should YouTube that, because there was an awful 1980s movie that was produced by George Lucas. However, Howard the Duck is a zany creation that was made in the comic books, and was really just made for political satire more than anything else. He was this duck from, what's the planet called? We'll say Quacksylvania. That's not what it is, but he was a master of quack foo, and he was lost on Earth. He was from his home planet and he couldn't get back, so he was like traveling around the US and making commentary about him being a fish out of water, but he was a duck. And it's great, actually. There's some great comic books that feature him that is fabulous. But the movie was awful, and he brought him back here as this like one thing. In fact, my eyes were so shocked I didn't even hear what the line was. I don't really think that they're thinking about making a Howard the Duck movie, at least not at this point. I think it was more just like, let's do this one-off joke. It'll be hilarious. And I think that what I hope happens that in the Guardians movies, and if they come out more into this far-off galaxy, that we see more of him like just being like a very side character that pops in for like a scene and then pops back out. So as the first foray into the galactic Marvel universe, I think this was pretty much a home run. It was a really fun time at the movie theater. This is one of the top tier Marvel movies, but I don't think it's in my top 3. So what did you think? Have you seen Guardians of the Galaxy? Do you have any desire to go and see it? Let me know down in the comments below. I think that's it for me. My name is Kyle. I will see you all again next Thursday. I'm off to see some more lions, tigers, and bears. Oh my, I am lame.